Even though they only had one movie appearance, yes, just one, I do wish they had more, but even though they had only one, they are by far my favourites. Yeah, I know, it's a little bit biased. Splatter and Dodge, no matter what you want to um to to call them, be it Dodge and Splatter, which sounds wrong. Sounds a lot better to say Splatter and Dodge, or even Splodge like Diesel 10. No matter what you want to call them, they are a project that I've wanted to handle as long as I've began modelling. Which sounds pathetic. I know I sometimes come off that way. You love me because you keep coming back to watch. Thank you very much. But they are two engines that I want in my collection. However, Hornby never made them, but what Hornby do make, and so do Bachmann, and so do every single other model railway company. I'm not going to sit here and name them all, or we'll be here all day and waste an entire video, basically. But Class 08 diesel shunters, so I did the only logical thing and I decided to make my own, which is what this video is about. The creation of my own Splatter and Dodge with obviously my own personal preferences put in the mix. And I do hope you enjoy. In fact, I sincerely hope that you enjoy, because this is going to take more than a day. But it's worth it. And also the one that I'm using for Dodge, it needs some small fixes, but I'm filming this before the rest of the video. It needs some small fixes, but it's a birthday present. And also, I love a project. And I know I'm weird for that, but I love something that needs work. All it needs is tender love and care, and then it's perfect to be made into Dodge. And gosh, I'm just excited to do it. I'm so excited to do it, and I'm excited for you to see it, even though, because I'm doing this before the video, I haven't done it yet, but I'm excited for you to see it. I'm not sure if I'm more excited for you to see it or for me to do it. I'll say I'm equally excited. I'm over the fucking moon. Thank you. I have a new Class 08. It's a bit worn down, but that is how I wanted it. Because, ignore the broken foot ladder, I will fix it. Because I have an old Class 08 here. Well, it's not old, but it's old for me. Pickle, that is not food. Please leave it alone. Because I want to make Splatter and Dodge. Don't judge, that's what I want to do. And they, luckily, match up. They do have different numbers, so they're different models. But same size. It will be my Splatter and Dodge. Absolutely beautiful. So I've began a little bit of painting on the one that needs less work. You see where there's extra paint there? I'll show you, because I need to make it look neater anyway. Right, that is because I had to remove its corporate identity as a member or property of British Rails. You can faintly see it now. So that it can be Splatter. I've decided the one that I had first should be the one whose name you say first, because, you know, it makes sense. So I need to carefully tap it so that it's not all splodgy, but so that you can't see the British Railways logo. I'm not sure if you can see, I faintly painted black on there. I'm doing it rough job now to see how it looks. Honestly, when I originally got the purple, because this is the type of paint that I prefer. This one's the black, but and they didn't have it in that type of tin, so I had to bite the bullet and buy this, and it's cheaper. And my mum and granddad said that they thought the cheaper one was probably worse, so I'd never bought it. But because of what I want to do, I thought, shit, I need to get that rubbish one. Honestly, it's not that bad. Now, I haven't done the whole thing there, because I wasn't using a paintbrush. I was using a cotton bud because I'm doing it rough. But yeah, no, it's pretty good. The front is pretty good. I really want to get a face piece. I do not know where to get a face piece. So unless I find one, bear in mind this is like day one, like buying the paints and going home and doing this. This day one of it. The door is probably the thing I painted best. Yeah, first I had to test the grey to make sure that I wouldn't paint this dude here, because it came with the model, and I think it kind of gives him a bit of character. I've gotten rid of the corporate identity for the most part. You can see it faintly on that side, so I'll do it again. And on this side, gone. So I need to get back to scrubbing the corporate identity. But yeah, obviously this is first coat, so it's a bit of a rough job. But as you can see, the corporate identity on the other side is now gone. Now the grey that I'm using is this matte 43. It looks a bit like cement when it's like all wet, but when it's on the model, it looks pretty good. Obviously, I'm not sure if the camera picks up on it, because the green is so dark and prominent. The green that's on the mold there, so dark and prominent that it's gonna need multiple coats of the grey. The purple, this has no grey under it. You cannot see the green on the purple. So because purple is darker than this grey, it doesn't show through as much. So the grey will probably need multiple coats. The purple should in theory only need one, unless I fuck up. So splatter so far. I mean, you can see the motor in there. Don't worry, it does run, and I will be testing them using this battery. Now, in case you're new to this, you might say, wait, a battery? You can't test a train using batteries. Yes, you can, my friend. The pickups go onto this. When my hands aren't so messy, I will show you. I don't know why I say that, because for you it'll be the next clip. For me, it'll be once I've had a bath, once I've scrubbed really well. So, my bad. In case you've never used the battery tactic, it's a bit of a lifesaver. So, it's very hard to film one-handed, but for y'all, I don't know why I said that. For you guys, I'll make it work. My thumb will hold the phone up, my fingers will hold the battery, and my second hand will lower Percy. See, because it sends power to the pickups. Oh crap, now I don't have it level. And when it receives power, you can test all of your trains without any issue. Like Dart here, we'll put him on the front pickup. Front pickup is not as good as the back pickup, but it's pretty good. You might ask, why have you painted the whole back black? What the hell are you doing? And I'd say, well, trust me on this. Now, I know the original models don't have this, but I like hazard stripes. Jeez, I cannot talk right now. I'm getting too excited. Anyway, so I've painted the whole back black, and when it dries, I'll tape sections of it off and paint the rest yellow to hopefully make the hazard effect. I've also repainted the roof, messed up a little over here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's a really easy fix, so when it's dry I'll fix it. Then there's here, I no idea what happened, but that's an easy fix. So when it's dry, guess what, I'll fix it. And over here, we'll turn it around the world. I haven't painted the front part purple yet. However, I have painted the back, and it's come out well. Now, you might say, look at all of that paint that's stripped. That's fucking atrocious. Yeah, but I'm going to paint it black. I'm going to get a toothpick. I was hoping the backs of these would work because I didn't have any toothpicks. They've not really worked, so I'll get some toothpick, and then I'll do black along there, which means yes, I'm also gonna repaint the buffer beams black. Yay! But yeah, no, this is day 1, and it's coming along pretty well. And I have the second one in my little birthday bag. We'll zoom in on him, and you ignore the mess, please. That one is going to be Dodge, but first it needs some minor fixing. So we'll do the easy one first, then the fixing. I mean, the hard part about this one was painting around the figure here. But luckily, as you can see, didn't get any on him. So, well done me. I've touched up some here. I've slipped a little, so I'm gonna repair. But I thought before I do that, I might as well do the hard part up here, which is why it's, it's up at a weird angle so that it doesn't go all over the grey up here. It needs a second coat of grey anyway, so I'm not really mad that I slipped up on the purple. I can fix that. And then I'll need a match stick for the black, but I think first I'll get some masking tape for the back side so that I can do the yellow and give it the hazards. I'm not sure if it's worth weathering the front, the grills, because I do want a face piece. So we'll decide at some point. And by we I mean me, but oh well. I have now begun doing Dodge, because I can't do some of what's left on my dear Splatter before I finish. Before I get a toothpick, because I don't think this is fine enough. I might try if I get impatient, which is likely to happen. But Dodge, I've begun doing Dodge. Also, side note, something else I got for my birthday, Gambit. Gambit's awesome. Big up Gambit. Anyway, I've begun doing Dodge. We've given Dodge his first coat of grey. It's a bit sloppy, but we can touch it up. We will not do the back at all till it's fixed. So first I'm going to paint it, then I'm going to remove the back. I'm going to try and clean this. I'm not sure if you can make it out. Yep. I'm going to clean that. Then I'm going to fix the back, and then I'll show you what I've done with Splatter. I painted the back black so that when I have some masking tape, I can do hazards when I have some lovely masking tape. Boom. So we do have the green on. It kind of looks better on camera than in person, but if I get closer here, you can see a little bit of the grey mixed with it, but a second coat should sort it, and Dodge will be looking quite nice. Not as nice as Splatter, because I like purple more, but Dodge will be looking quite nice. When he's dried off, I'll get a picture of him side by side, because for my DV, modelling is my skill. And so I kind of need to take pictures, and I keep forgetting, and I'm taking all of these videos filled with yapping. I can't use it for TV. Oh well. Splatter.